Easy one.
Why not? Okay. So, good day for everybody, and it's really nice to be here in South Africa, and in particular in Johannesburg. Exactly 10 years passed when after my first presentation in 2016 in Pretoria. Yeah, you know, time is running quite fast. It's our biggest enemy. And what is the most, let's say, not dangerous, but confusing? Time goes to one direction only. And but this is our life. Okay, I am going to shortly introduce our recent study with my colleague. We are working on this issue, so, okay, environmental education, and not only in preschool stage, but also in primary school and higher levels. This is our main topic. But you know that's usually it's not so easy to discuss directly, because let's say we are thinking in our native language, not in English, direct in English. I'm not native speaker in English, obviously. For example, environmental education in Lithuanian language, it has a little bit different meaning. We have the term aplinkosauga. It consists from two words, environment plus protection. It means directly more focused on environmental protection. But okay, environmental education, it's a little bit another construct. But okay, we are thinking on this based on this. I'm representing Šiauliai Academy, Vilnius University. This is main university in Lithuania, and it's a pity that only few people know where Lithuania is. But never mind, this is center of Europe. Just to remind politely. Yeah, really center of Europe. And if you would visit Lithuania, near capital city Vilnius, approximately 15-20 kilometers outside Vilnius, you can find special Europe Park and special obelisk indicating exact geographical point, center of Europe. Okay, Lithuania is not pretending to be center of the world, but never mind. Okay, and you see Šiauliai, in particular my city, on the top in the north of the country, and near, if you go to the left, near Baltic Sea. It's not so big country, but anyway, yeah. Short introduction, because as I already mentioned, this is really essential issue, and because we can speak about long-term impact of global environmental problems or issues, and obviously we need to start from early age, because it's crucial to form skills, attitudes, environmental attitudes, because later on it's strongly influence young children's values and habits, and obviously skills. And as I already mentioned, this is really a key stage for developing lasting pro-environmental habits and awareness. I'm not going into details about international frameworks and research, but the majority highlights that it's really a critical stage for environmental education, and not only for environmental education. In Lithuania, environmental education is required but insufficiently implemented. Of course, we can speak about different reasons. First of all, it's fragmented teacher training, mainly preschool teacher training, and quite weak methodological preparation or readiness to work. And our main focus, obviously, pre-service teachers. Generally, they show positive attitudes in different formats, but let's say readiness or confidence to apply in real practice in preschool settings is quite complicated. Obviously, we can speak about study programs maybe shortly later on, because let's say based on some results from this research, not only from this research, we are going to let's say, to reframe or to rework our study programs, university study programs, at some extent, because it's really, really important. As previous presenters also discussed about, at some extent, about STEAM education, at preschool level, it's not so maybe common STEAM. Yeah, but for example, in Lithuania, particularly elaborated by our university team, we have, let's say, how to translate directly, little STEM, little, or small STEM, STEMukas. We call STEMukas, it's just for preschool level. Okay, shortly, so questions, this is methodological issues, not going out in detail, just simply two research questions. What are environmental beliefs, knowledge, and daily habits of preschool teachers, and how do they assess their abilities to integrate environmental topics into educational process, and so on. Research methodology quite typical. It was performed in the beginning of this year in survey format using questioning method. That's sample 64 university students, because generally our population is not so big. It's fully appropriate sample, and questionnaire was used, including closed-ended and open-ended questions, informed answers in writing, and we applied generally descriptive analysis, and including some other procedures, but again, I am not going to details. Of course, we use, let's say, mixed methodology, because first we performed like quantitative part, and the next with qualitative approach. I am not going to speak about qualitative part here. It's already presented and published. I just will show some excerpt from the article. Okay, about theoretical framework, it's quite clear. So, I already mentioned about sample data analysis, also descriptive, and including some transformations with measurement scales, because initially we started with rank scale, and later on we transformed into ratio scale in order to get better, not like better results, but better understanding about structure. And we can see here just general panorama with main results. In total, 25 statements, and main, let's say, main general results. And as you can see, it's quite useful to use in this case ratio scale, because we can find just middle point, 50%, and what is, let's say, on the right side, it's more or less we can say positive, and what is below 50%, it's somehow negative. For example, this statement number 8, you see it's just 38%. It means that all statements obviously were in positive format, but students do not apply really in practice. And if you have a look on the top, let's say first cluster or group, starting from 93%, let's say till 86 two statements, it's like one group, and some middle position, etc. And we see that pre-service teachers generally show strong environmental awareness and value-based attitudes, but despite that, practical readiness to implement is moderate, or in some cases low. And also, obviously, a clear gap exists between theoretical understanding and active environmental behavior. Of course, this is not so important to set some differences between universities, because sample consisted from 3 universities or years of study. Not really important. Gender variable, it's not important at all, because all all students are, let's say, female students. Again, it's not possible to analyze, etc. Just to have a look shortly, first group, as I mentioned, with highest index of significance, significance index we calculated, and you see, starting from 93% till 86%. I encourage young children to respect and care for nature. I support environmental policies. I feel a personal responsibility to protect the environment, etc. It's really, I would say, quite good, obviously. But for example, if you go to the middle position, up to 67%, let's say, and below, you see, I choose environmentally friendly products whenever possible. I know how to integrate environmental topics into preschool education. I can provide young children with simple environmental solutions. This is more or less really good middle position. But let's say below, what is connected with real practice, real, let's say, teaching, learning practice, it's really problematic. And some shortly really main conclusions. Obvious that it's strong environment attitudes, students demonstrate quite clearly, but so limited practical readiness to implement. And the theory practice gap, it's so obvious, and we need to, and also low active engagement. For example, I know, I have some knowledge, I understand, but are you involved in real practice, real activities or events? Let's say also in communities. Sorry, we are not so used so deeply this concept communities, because it's another context a little bit. Yeah, really low active engagement, and this is problematic. And finally, it's clear that we need to strengthen training, education, service teachers, preschool teachers, education, and to change some programs, to improve study programs, in order somehow to solve this. But also including obviously in service preschool teachers, not only because students, you know, anyway, 4 years study, etc., etc. Process is quite long. You can find, if you are interested, some methodological positions of pre-service preschool teachers. As I mentioned, our second, because this is the main part, qualitative part, we applied quantitative content analysis and found some structure. And again, this is quite good correlation, let's say, with quantitative part, because it shows that cognitive, let's say, aspects, context, again, positive on the top, but practical is, let's say, not so good. It's possible to download. It's open, accessible article with full material. And every presentation should end with marketing. Yes, and really, you see this is Baltic-STE Symposium 2027. Next year, time is running again quite fast, really. And this is like first announcement. And please, you are welcome to visit Lithuania, and in particular my city, because Šiauliai city, it may be difficult to pronounce, but it's Sun City. Direct meaning is Sun City. And also you will find some interesting places and etc. etc. If you have some questions, it's okay. If not, also it's okay, because you know, educators so confident, so excited, they can speak with herself or himself, no problem. Yeah, this is the best option. Anyway, thanks for your attention. Uploads also are not needed, but if yes, okay. And if you would visit Šiauliai, first main city symbol, Iron Fox near lake, a very nice place. And yeah, thank you very much. And please, Angela, give this. I forget. This is not just theoretical knowledge, Lithuania, how it looks like. Yeah, and you can taste just now. I think, yeah, I think you can share with not so many participants at least small piece to taste Lithuania. Yeah.